Every great achievement begins in the mind long before it takes form in the world. If you want to rise, if you want to create a life beyond your wildest dreams, you must begin with one powerful decision: to think, walk, and act as if you are destined for greatness. An empire is not just a business or a fortune. It is a state of mind, a life built on purpose, vision, and unwavering belief. See yourself as the builder, the creator, the visionary who holds the blueprint of your future in the palm of your hands. Before anything magnificent can come into existence, it must first be born in the mind. You must believe without a shadow of a doubt that what you are about to create is not only possible, it is already yours. This is where your journey begins. Every empire, every fortune, every great story started as a thought that someone dared to nurture into reality. When you rise each morning, picture yourself walking through the doors of the life you are constructing. See the walls of your vision rising higher each day, built from the bricks of your discipline, your choices, and your faith. Feel the ground beneath you strengthening as you commit to laying a solid foundation. A weak foundation cannot hold a great structure, and in the same way, a scattered, doubtful mind cannot sustain greatness. So start there. Strengthen your mind. Fill it with thoughts of possibility, with images of what your empire looks like, feels like, and sounds like. Close your eyes and imagine the details. See the people you will impact, the places you will travel, the opportunities you will create for yourself and for others. Don't just think in vague terms, be specific. See the colors, hear the sounds, smell the air of the life you are building. The more vividly you can hold the image in your mind, the more your subconscious will begin working to bring it to life. This is how powerful creation works. It begins within, and then it flows outward into your actions, your habits, and eventually your reality. As the builder of your life, you cannot afford to be casual about your vision. Casual builders create fragile structures. You must be intentional. You must hold the image of your dream steady, even when circumstances try to distract you, even when the world tells you it's too big, too risky, too unrealistic. That is not for them to decide. It is for you to decide. Remember, the tallest buildings were once just drawings on paper. The greatest inventions were once ideas that others couldn't see. If you are going to build something monumental, you must be comfortable with the fact that others may not understand your vision yet. Being the builder means you take full responsibility for every piece of your life. You do not wait for someone else to lay the bricks for you. You do not stand by and hope for good weather. You keep working, you keep building, and you keep your eyes on the finished structure. Even when storms come, you adapt. Even when delays happen, you do not quit. Patience is part of the building process. Every day you invest in your dream is another layer added to its strength. You must also understand that building an empire, whether that means wealth, influence, happiness, or all three, is not just about physical work. It is about the work you do on the inside. You cannot build something great on a shaky, fearful heart. Confidence is your cornerstone. Faith is your scaffolding. Vision is your guide. These inner qualities will support you when the outer world feels unstable. See yourself walking through the halls of the empire you've created. See yourself sitting at the table where decisions are made. Hear the sound of your own voice speaking with authority, wisdom, and grace. Feel the satisfaction of knowing you built it. Not by luck, not by chance, but by deliberate, consistent action. And know that this empire is not just for you. It will ripple out to touch countless others. That is the beauty of building something meaningful. It grows far beyond your reach. There will be days when the progress feels slow, when you wonder if the vision will ever take shape. On those days, return to your mind's blueprint. Walk through it again in your imagination. Feel the excitement you felt when you first saw the vision. Remind yourself that everything you are doing now is adding up, even if the results are not yet visible. The work you do in private, the discipline you maintain when no one is watching, these are the invisible bricks that make the visible walls strong. And remember this: the builder never doubts the final outcome just because the structure isn't complete. When you see yourself as the builder, you know the end result is certain. You trust the process because you are committed to it. Every choice you make today is a stroke of the architect's pen. Every step you take is another stone placed on the foundation. You are shaping your destiny with every thought, every word, every action. So stand tall in your role as the builder. See the masterpiece in your mind before anyone else can. Protect it fiercely. Work on it daily. Speak life into it. Walk as if you are already living in it. Because the moment you truly see yourself as the builder, the universe begins to hand you the tools, the materials, and the opportunities you need to complete it. Your empire is not a distant dream. It is already rising brick by brick, thought by thought, action by action. One day, you will look around and realize that what you once held only in your imagination now stands solid and unshakable in your reality. And in that moment, you will know you built it. Dress your mind for success the same way you would dress your body for an important occasion, with care, with intention, and with the belief that how you present yourself shapes how the world responds to you. Just as you would not walk into a room of opportunity wearing clothes that make you feel small or unprepared, you must not walk into each day with a mind dressed in doubt, fear, and limitation. Your thoughts are the attire of your spirit, and the way you clothe them will determine the energy you radiate and the results you attract. When you wake up each morning, you have a choice. You can slip into the worn-out garments of yesterday's worries, past failures, and inherited beliefs that no longer serve you. Or you can consciously choose to put on the rich fabric of confidence, hope, and vision. Dressing your mind for success means you take control of the inner dialogue that will carry you through the day. It means you select your thoughts with the same care you might select a tailored suit or a beautiful gown. You make sure they fit the life you are stepping into, not the life you are leaving behind. Success has a certain look and feel to it, not just on the outside, but deep within. A mind dressed for success carries itself differently. It walks into situations with calm assurance. It speaks with clarity. And it makes decisions from a place of abundance, not scarcity. It is not about pretending to be something you are not. It is about aligning your thoughts with the version of you who already lives the life you desire. This alignment creates an energy that others can sense instantly. Even before a word is spoken, your mind, much like a closet, can hold both treasures and clutter. If you want to dress it for success, you must first clear out the garments of negativity. Remove the worn-out beliefs that tell you you're not capable. Discard the opinions of others that you've been carrying like ill-fitting clothes. Let go of the mental patterns that make you feel unworthy. When you clear this space, you make room for thoughts that empower, uplift, and inspire. Then, begin to fill your mental wardrobe with affirmations that wrap you in strength. Thoughts like, I am worthy of great success. Opportunities flow to me with ease. And I create my life with intention become your daily uniform. When you repeat these statements often enough, they begin to feel like second skin, something you wear naturally and without effort. And just like wearing an outfit that makes you feel confident changes the way you walk, wearing thoughts that make you feel powerful changes the way you show up in every area of life. Dressing your mind for success also means choosing colors and textures for your thoughts that match the future you want to create. If you want wealth, think in gold. Imagine prosperity flowing into your life. If you want love, think in warm, rich tones. Imagine kindness and connection surrounding you. If you want confidence, think in bold, strong colors. Imagine yourself walking into any room as someone who belongs there. This visualization is more than just fanciful thinking. It's the mental rehearsal that prepares you to embody success before it arrives. But this is not a one-time effort. Just as clothes need to be refreshed, washed, and updated, your mental wardrobe requires constant attention. There will be days when old doubts try to slip back into your outfit. There will be moments when negativity tries to accessorize your thoughts. That's when you must consciously change your mental attire, no matter how comfortable the old garments feel. Remind yourself that those thoughts do not fit the life you are building. Replace them immediately with thoughts that do. And remember, the way you dress your mind affects how you respond to challenges. When your thoughts are clothed in strength, setbacks do not break you. They refine you. When your mind is wrapped in faith, uncertainty does not paralyze you. It pushes you to move forward. When your mental fabric is made of resilience, you bend but you do not break. This is the true power of dressing your mind for success. It prepares you to handle both the victories and the storms with grace. The most beautiful part of this practice is that it changes how others see you without you having to announce it. People are drawn to someone whose mind is dressed well because that energy radiates. They feel safer doing business with you, trusting you, and supporting you. Opportunities come more easily because you are wearing the energy of someone who can handle them. So each day, stand before the mirror of your mind and choose carefully. Put on thoughts that make you feel powerful. Wear beliefs that reflect your highest self. Accessorize with gratitude, confidence, and joy. Walk out into the world dressed in the mental attire of the life you want, and watch as the outer world begins to match it. Success does not begin when you finally hold it in your hands. It begins the moment you start dressing your mind for it. And when you do, you will find that the life you once only imagined starts to feel as natural as the clothes on your back. Guard your energy like a king or queen, because it is your most valuable treasure. Your energy is the fuel for every dream, every goal, every relationship, and every decision you make. Without it, your vision weakens, your motivation fades, and your clarity dissolves. A ruler understands that their kingdom cannot thrive if its resources are wasted or left unprotected, and the same is true for you. Your time, your focus, your emotions, and your mental space are the precious resources that sustain your life. They are not meant to be given away freely to anything or anyone that drains you. When you truly value your energy, you begin to treat it with the same care you would treat gold, jewels, or rare treasures. You stop allowing people to take it without giving anything in return. You stop investing it in conversations that go nowhere, arguments that steal your peace, or relationships that only pull you backward. Just as a king or queen builds strong walls around their castle to keep out invaders, you must build strong boundaries to protect your mind and spirit. This does not mean you close yourself off from the world. It means you are selective about what and who you let inside your sacred space. There will always be demands on your energy. People will ask for your time, your attention, your emotional support, and your focus. But you must remember that just because someone wants it does not mean they are entitled to it. A ruler does not open the gates of their castle to every stranger who knocks. They assess whether that person adds to the kingdom or takes from it. In the same way, you must learn to say no to anything that does not serve your highest good. Your no is not rejection. It is projection. It is the act of preserving your strength for what truly matters. Guarding your energy also means being aware of the subtle leaks that drain you without you even noticing. It might be scrolling endlessly through negative news, surrounding yourself with people who complain constantly, or overthinking situations that are out of your control. Every one of these habits chips away at your power. A wise ruler inspects the walls of their kingdom regularly for cracks or weak points. You must do the same for your mind and heart. Where are you letting your energy seep out? Where are you giving too much of yourself without replenishing? Once you identify those leaks, you must repair them. Replace negative inputs with positive ones. Spend less time in environments that leave you feeling heavy and more time in spaces that make you feel inspired and alive. Choose relationships that nourish you rather than drain you. Make time for solitude so you can recharge and hear your own thoughts clearly. Just like a ruler withdraws to their private chambers to rest and plan, you too need moments of retreat to regain your strength. When you guard your energy well, your presence changes. You no longer rush into every battle because you understand that not every battle is worth fighting. You no longer explain yourself endlessly to people who have already decided not to understand you. You no longer chase after what doesn't belong to you because you recognize that doing so is a waste of your most precious resource. Instead, you invest your energy in your vision, your growth, and your peace. The beauty of protecting your energy is that it creates space for your life to flourish. When your energy is strong, your decisions improve. Your creativity flows more easily. Your relationships become healthier. You are able to give your best to the people and projects that matter, instead of giving scattered pieces of yourself to everything and everyone. You start to notice that your outer world begins to reflect your inner strength. It's important to understand that guarding your energy is not selfish. It is essential. A ruler who gives away all of their kingdom's resources will soon have nothing left to offer their people. In the same way, you cannot pour into others if you are empty. When you protect your energy, you are ensuring that you can show up in the world as your strongest, most capable self. That is not only a gift to you, but also to everyone who depends on you or is inspired by you. So hold your energy with the same reverence you would hold a crown. Let it be a symbol of your worth, a reminder that you are not here to be drained by life, but to lead it. Be selective with your time. Be intentional with your focus. Be protective of your emotions, and remember, a king or queen does not apologize for protecting their kingdom. They understand it is their duty. Your energy is your kingdom. Guard it well, and it will guard you in return. Move with intention, because every step you take is shaping the direction of your life. Too many people drift through their days without a clear purpose, reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. When you move without intention, you scatter your energy, waste your time, and often end up far from where you truly want to be. But when you move with intention, every action, every choice, and every word becomes part of a greater plan. You stop wandering and start building. Moving with intention begins with knowing where you are going. You cannot walk purposefully toward something if you have no vision of what it is. This is why it's essential to pause and ask yourself, what do I really want? Not just for today, but for this year, for the next 5 years, for my life. When your destination is clear, your movements become more precise. Just as an architect designs a building before a single brick is laid, you must design your life before you take steps toward it. Once you have that vision, you begin to align your daily actions with it. This means you stop doing things simply because others expect them, or because they've become habits you never questioned. You start asking yourself before every choice, does this move me closer to the life I want? If the answer is no, you let it go. Moving with intention is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most and eliminating what doesn't. This level of intentionality also changes the way you show up in every moment. You no longer rush through tasks just to get them done. You approach them with presence and focus because you understand they are part of something bigger. Even small actions take on greater meaning. Sending an email, making a phone call, reading a book, exercising. These things are no longer random activities. They are deliberate steps that lead you toward your goals. Moving with intention also means being mindful of your environment and the energy you carry into it. You become aware of how you walk into a room, how you start your day, how you speak to others, and how you speak to yourself. Your body language, your tone, and your mindset are all choices, and they either attract opportunities or repel them. When you carry yourself as someone who knows exactly where they are going, the world responds differently. People trust you more. They sense your clarity and are drawn to it. But moving with intention is not just about forward motion. It's also about stillness. Sometimes the most intentional thing you can do is pause. A king or queen does not rush into every decision. They consider their moves carefully. In the same way, you must give yourself time to think before acting. You must learn the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting comes from impulse. Responding comes from clarity. When you respond with intention, your choices have power. There will be moments when distractions try to pull you off your path. Opportunities will arise that look appealing but are not truly aligned with your vision. People will try to persuade you to move in directions that serve them, not you. Moving with intention requires the discipline to say no, even when saying yes might feel easier in the moment. It is the ability to keep your eyes on the bigger picture and resist being swayed by short-term temptations. When you live this way, your days feel different. You no longer end them wondering where the time went or why you feel unfulfilled. Instead, you feel a quiet satisfaction, knowing that everything you did, no matter how small, was part of building something meaningful. You stop measuring success only by big achievements and start appreciating the consistent, intentional actions that are leading you there. Moving with intention also brings a deep sense of peace. You no longer feel the constant pressure to chase everything or be everywhere at once. You realize you don't have to rush. You just have to move in the right direction step by step. You trust that as long as your actions are aligned with your vision, progress is inevitable. This removes the anxiety of comparison because you understand that your journey is uniquely yours. It's important to remember that moving with intention is a daily practice. Some days you will drift, and that's okay. The key is to notice when you've lost focus and bring yourself back. Like a skilled captain adjusting the sails, you make small course corrections that keep you aligned with your true destination. Over time, this consistency compounds, and you find yourself arriving exactly where you intended to go. So decide today that you will no longer move without purpose. Let every word you speak, every step you take, and every choice you make reflect the life you are creating. Walk as if you are building something that matters. Speak as if your words are shaping your future. Act as if your time is too valuable to waste, because it is. And when you move with intention, the life you've dreamed of stops being a distant hope and starts becoming your reality. Speak power into your vision because your words are not just sounds, they are seeds. Every time you speak about your dreams, you are planting something in the soil of your future. You can speak life into your vision, helping it grow strong and unstoppable. Or you can speak doubt into it, weakening its foundation before it even has a chance to rise. The choice is always yours. Words are not empty. They carry energy. And that energy either aligns you with your dream or pushes it further away. When you speak power into your vision, you declare its existence even before it becomes visible. You refuse to describe your life only by what you see in front of you right now. Instead, you speak as if what you desire is already unfolding. This is not about pretending or lying to yourself. It's about affirming your belief that the unseen is just as real as the seen. Just like an architect can describe every detail of a building that hasn't yet been constructed, you must be able to speak confidently about the life you are creating. This means you must be intentional with your language. The words, "I can't," "it's too hard," or "I'm not ready" have no place in the vocabulary of someone building something extraordinary. Replace them with "I can," "I will," and "I am ready." Speak about your vision in the present tense as if it is already here. I am creating a thriving business. I am living in my dream home. I am healthy, strong, and full of energy. The more you affirm these truths, the more your subconscious mind begins to believe them, and once your mind believes, your actions will follow. Speaking power into your vision also means you protect it from careless conversation. Not everyone deserves to hear your dreams, especially in their early stages. Just as a seed is vulnerable when it first goes into the ground, your vision is vulnerable when it first takes root in your heart. If you share it with people who cannot see it, they may unintentionally plant doubt with their words. Learn to be discerning. Speak your vision boldly to those who will nurture it and guard it from those who might try to tear it down. There will be days when your current reality looks nothing like the future you are speaking about. That is when your words matter the most. Anyone can speak confidently when everything is going well, but it takes strength to speak life over a vision when the evidence seems to contradict it. In those moments, you must hold even tighter to your declarations. You must remind yourself that the world is always rearranging itself to match the energy and words you put out. What you speak consistently, with belief, begins to take form even if you can't see it yet. Speaking power into your vision also means speaking with passion. Do not mumble your dreams as if you are unsure. Speak them with conviction, with emotion, with the kind of energy that makes people believe in them just by hearing you. Passion is faith, and faith fuels action. If you can speak about your dream in a way that excites you, it will continue to pull you forward, even when the journey feels long. It's also important to remember that the power of your words is not just about what you say to others. It's about what you say to yourself when no one else is listening. Your inner dialogue shapes the way you show up in the world. If you constantly tell yourself you're behind, not good enough, or unlucky, you will begin to act in ways that reflect those beliefs. But if you tell yourself every day, I am capable, I am moving forward, and I am worthy of this vision, you will begin to act with confidence, focus, and persistence. Your words can be a shield as well as a sword. They can protect you from the discouragement of setbacks and help you cut through the noise of distractions. When obstacles arise, instead of saying, "This is the end," you can say, "This is just a detour." When people doubt you, instead of agreeing with their skepticism, you can say, "Watch me make it happen." Speaking power into your vision keeps your faith alive. And that faith is what sustains you when the road is hard. Over time, the habit of speaking life over your vision changes not only your mindset, but also your reality. You start to notice opportunities that align with your words. You attract people who believe in your dream. You gain the courage to take steps you once avoided. all because you chose to speak words that strengthened your belief rather than weakened it. So every morning, speak over your vision as if you are commanding it to take form. Speak to it like it is alive, because it is. Declare your success before it happens. Name the victories before they appear. Shape your world with the words that leave your lips. The day will come when you look around and realize that the reality you are living is the very thing you once spoke about every single day. And in that moment, you will know you gave your vision the power it needed to become real. Refuse to shrink. Refuse, even in the quietest of moments, to make yourself small so others can feel big. When you shrink, minimizing your dreams, dimming your might, lowering your expectations, you invite disappointment, not respect. Many times, people who can't hold your greatness will ask you to shrink to their comfort level. But here's what it means to stand tall, in full measure, no matter what. To refuse to shrink is to embrace that your spirit, your voice, and your dreams are not negotiable. They deserve space. Imagine you are standing in a room with high ceilings made just for you. Vaulted, majestic, designed for someone who understands that greatness demands room to breathe. When you shrink, you lower those ceilings. You deny yourself the vastness you're meant to occupy. Refusing to shrink begins with self-recognition. You must see your own worth clearly. Society, culture, even well-meaning loved ones may have conditioned you to downplay your presence. But learning to honor your own value requires shifting your mindset from "I am too" to "I am exactly right." Many voices on TikTok and social media speak to this truth. Phrases like, "I refuse to shrink to fit into spaces I've outgrown," echo with empowerment TikTok. Similarly, declarations like, "I refuse to shrink to make others comfortable. I am here to expand," affirm the bold reality of embracing expansion over contraction. Facebook. This refusal is also a practice of boundaries. When someone repeatedly asks you to dim your brilliance, it's not an invitation to shrink. It's a call to protect what is precious. Just as a monarch does not shrink from their own authority, you must not lessen your light to lighten someone else's insecurities. You are not responsible for how others feel in the presence of your energy. That energy is meant to uplift, not be hidden. There may be times when shrinking feels easier, less confronting, less alarming to others. But shrinking breeds resentment, self-doubt, and regret. You silence your own voice, you hide your own impact. Instead, choose expansion. Choose to grow with each uncomfortable moment. Choose to lean into your truth, even if it unsettles those around you. Because true authenticity can feel disruptive, yet it is the very sound of freedom. Your refusal to shrink heals more than yourself. It gives others permission to step into their own fullness. In the words of Marianne Williamson, famously shared on Reddit, "Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Our playing small does not serve the world." When you stand tall, you light a path for others to follow. Reddit. This journey isn't about grand posturing. It's about showing up fully in everyday life, raising your hand to share an idea, speaking your truth in quiet conversations, choosing what aligns with your soul even when it feels risky. Growth doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. You are bigger than this fear. Allowing yourself to expand also means refusing to fit into outdated containers. TikTok voices remind us not to shrink ourselves to the size of what others can stand. It only leads to anxiety or worse, TikTok-like one. Your gifts are not meant to be matted down. They are meant to stand tall, bold, vivid. And when you feel tempted to shrink, when self-doubt creeps in, or fear wraps its arms around your ambition, remember that every time you retreat, you delay something beautiful. Your voice, your art, your dreams, they deserve space. They deserve you at full volume. Refusing to shrink also requires compassion for yourself and for others. You may encounter resistance, confusion, or envy. Some people will resist your expansion not out of malice, but out of their own discomfort with change. Know this: their inability to hold you does not diminish you. Your expansion is not about them. It's about you stepping into what you're meant to be. So let your spirit be unbound. Let each decision, each moment be an act of standing in your fullness. Speak truth with clarity, love with conviction. Create with courage and show up without apology. Refuse to shrink and fill your life with the fullness of who you are. Your presence is not meant to be contained. Your light is not meant to be dimmed. You are here to expand.